After nearly 2 years of being on the market here in North America and being based off of the well-known 3 Series sedan, the BMW 4 Series is starting to make a name for itself. Whether it's the fast M4, a drop-top convertible, or a versatile hatchback, you will most likely find a 4 Series to your liking. So let's go ahead and check out this 2016 BMW 4 Series convertible. Now for the 2016 model year, changes are very minimal and the Sportline body kit is now standard on every model. There's also nearly a price hike on everything. The biggest ones are an $1,100 increase for an entry-level 428i coupe and then a $2,000 increase for a entry-level convertible too. Now our convertible we have here is the 428i model. Comes with the M Sport package, which comes with this really nice aerodynamic looking kit and then the 19-inch gray wheels, and then the track handling package comes with these M Sport brakes too, and they're blue. Really good looking combination here with the red and blue. Now here goes the key fob for the 4 Series convertible. It's a BMW Smart Key. You have your unlock, lock to release your trunk, and then your panic button. Now it's the Melbourne red metallic exterior color with the Oyster Dakota leather interior. You also do have your power driver's seat with power recline, power lumbar, and memory seat settings for 2 people. Now sitting on inside of here, of course you're greeted with a very high quality and stylish looking cabin designs, very luxurious. And you have the burl walnut wood trim too. Pretty decent looking color combination. Gives it a lot of contrast. Alright. And you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. And what you're hearing there is a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder. Full leather wrapped steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, you have an 8-speed automatic, and in typical BMW fashion, you go up for reverse. And when you put the vehicle into reverse, it displays your rear view camera with guidance lines and trajectory. And as you can hear, the rear parking sensors are going off. And you also do have front parking sensors as well. You could change the brightness of the rear view camera as well as the contrast too. And then you can also turn on or off the parking sensors. And then you just go push for park. Easy as that. And then you have manual shiftability via the paddle shifters. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards. All windows are fully automatic. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators. Xenon headlights with LED daytime running lights and halogen fog lights. LED headlights are also an option. Now under the hood here we have a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder that produces 240 horsepower at 5,000 RPM and 255 pound-feet of torque at 1250 RPM, with EPA estimates being an excellent 23 in the city and 34 on the highway. Part of that is due to the automatic start-stop system, which helps conserve fuel a bit. But however, this is an excellent base powertrain. It's very fuel efficient, yet pretty powerful with good acceleration. There's also a 3-liter 6-cylinder turbocharged engine available if you do want more power. Now, competitors of the 4 Series convertible, you have the Lexus IS convertible, as well as the Audi A5 Cabriolet. Total vehicle price is $62,620. You also have a shark fin antenna, a mini one, and an LED third brake light too. Rear parking sensors and rear reflectors. Now let's go ahead and rev it up. Very nice. Now, build quality and materials, of course, are excellent inside of the 4 Series here. We have nice soft touch materials up here on the upper door panel, mid door panel, and the armrest with nice stitching. I also do love this burl walnut wood trim that we get on the M Sport package, which is pretty interesting. I don't know if wood trim is anything really sporty. It should be more of a luxury kind of package. It should be a part of that instead of a sports kind of package. Pretty interesting to me there. But up here it's soft to the touch too on the dashboard. Everything is pretty much soft touch in this vehicle, except right here. This is a hard touch, cheap kind of plastic. Very surprised that BMW included this. And then the build quality, of course, is pretty excellent. Not many interior trim and pieces creak a whole lot, and they fit well together for the most part. Overall, build quality and materials are pretty good inside of the 4 Series here. Now, coming to the stairwell design, we have the M Sport steering wheel, which comes with the M Sport package. I love BMW's M Sport steering wheels. Very stylish and high quality looking design here. Now, coming to your controls, you have your steering wheel mounted audio controls, and then your Bluetooth phone controls too. And then right here you have your cruise control buttons and instrument and windshield wipers. The steering wheel also does tilt and telescope manually. Really good range of adjustment for the telescoping. Now, coming to the gauges, very business-like when it comes to the gauges here. They like to keep it pretty simple and traditional. Right over here we have your speedometer and then your tachometer. And then down there it shows you your exterior temperature readout, the trip odometer, and the date too. And you have your digital clock right there as well. But I love the font around them, and it's very clear and easy to read. Love the gauges. Coming down here we have dual cup holders and a little storage cubby. And then right here we have your different driver selectable modes, which we'll get to a little later in the video. And then your parking sensors off button is right there too. And then you have your traction control off button. When you click on the parking sensors button, it shows up here on the infotainment system. And then right here we have your controls for your Idrive system, which I'll get to in just a second. And then this is how you put down the drop top. Very convenient, one touch. Very nice. Then your center console, it is nice and soft touch and nice and stitched too. Then down here is where you'll find your USB charging port and your auxiliary input. And then you have your snap-in adapter too right here. Not a whole lot of center console storage here, but this isn't a vehicle meant for utility. Up here we have your auto-dimming rearview mirror with garage home link. Then you have your map lights, which are LEDs. Then you have your SOS safety connect too. Then you also do have an integrated compass on the mirror. Very nicely done. Now coming to your climate controls, we do have dual zone automatic climate control. It's pretty simple and easy to figure out. Big knobs and buttons here, and I love how BMW still keeps it very traditional with just buttons, regular traditional hard buttons instead of touch sensitive ones. But you have your temperatures right here for the driver and then the passenger too. Then your fan speeds are right here, your different zones, and then your front window defroster. We also do have heated seats for the driver and the passenger, 3-staged. Overall, very easy to figure out and very simple and clean looking layout here. Now coming to this upper section right here, this is your optical disc drive, and then you have your presets right here, and then you could select between your different modes, and then you have AM, FM too. Now the seats in the 4 Series are exquisitely comfortable. Just the right amount of side bolstering and the plushness on the seats too. Thigh support is also excellent, and then you have the manual thigh extension, which is pretty nice. Overall, would certainly take a long road trip in this vehicle. Now, one thing I do complain of is that for taller drivers, this may not be the best vehicle because the seats don't go far back enough in my opinion. And I'm about 6 foot, and I feel like the driving position isn't the most comfortable driving position in the world. It can be a lot more comfortable. Now, as far as visibility goes in the 4 Series, it's excellent with lots of visibility all around, lots of glass area. It's very easy to see out of the 4 Series here, the convertible version at least. And then the outward visibility is also pretty excellent too. Now let's get to the Idrive system. It's controlled by this dial right here and then the buttons surrounding it too. It's gotten better over the years with its user friendliness. Now let's get to the main menu. As you can see, you have your multimedia right here, your radio, telephone, navigation, office. This is pretty much everything that you will want to access. And then you have your CD, DVD, your external devices, which is your Bluetooth streaming audio, and then your USB port with iPod integration and your auxiliary. I also do love how they have a back button right here on the controls, which helps out quite a lot. Then you have your tone, which you could change, like the bass, treble, balance, and fader, equalizer settings. Then coming to radio, we have all the basic radio sources like the AM, FM, and XM satellite radio and HD radio too. And then of course you can select a radio station by voice by clicking on the voice recognition button on the steering wheel. Then you have your telephone right here. You have your received calls, dial number, and then your Bluetooth devices connected. Then you have your integrated phone book, which is pretty cool. Coming to navigation, BMW now has one of the best navigation systems in the business, in my opinion. The map quality is just exquisite, very superb here, and the rendering is just excellent. We also do have live traffic too, and you have 3D rendering of buildings as well. Now there's also different routes that you could choose from. You have your points of interest, traffic info, you have an interactive map. You could change different map views, map content. Pretty cool. And then you can enter in your address. You can either do it by voice, or you could do it by the little touchpad right here, which is pretty nifty. Or you could do it by the dial. Overall, it's very easy to use. One of the best navigation systems in the business. Coming to BMW Office, you have your current office, your contacts, messages, any unread messages when you go into the current office here. Then you have your notes too. Then you have the Bmw Connecteddrive. This is pretty much like their infotainment system, and it shows you your roadside assistance, BMW Online. And then you can access many different apps such as Facebook through your smartphone, data connection, customer relations, you can visit the store. Pretty cool there. Then you have your vehicle info, your owner's manual, trip computer, vehicle status, sport displays like the power and the torque, which is a unique feature for BMW. And then it gives you your engine oil level, service required. Most vehicles will show this on the gauge, near the gauges, however BMW shows it straight on the infotainment system. Then you have your tire pressure monitoring too. Trip computer, all that good stuff. Then your owner's manual. You can search whatever you want on here. And then your efficient dynamics. Gives you a little bar graph of the MPG in comfort mode or Eco Pro. And then other information such as the climate settings, if it's energy efficient. And then your driving style analysis. So lots of different things here to show you about how you drive and everything. Pretty cool. Love the BMW Idrive system. Very simple and easy to use once you get used to it, and the rendering and the graphics are superb. Certainly one of the best multimedia and infotainment interfaces in the business now. Now we also do have the automatic start-stop system, so when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, the engine will actually shut off to conserve fuel. And I do have a gripe with this system because it can be intrusive at times and pretty loud on a daily basis, and it's just not the most refined automatic start-stop system in the world, but thankfully you can turn it off. Now coming to your different driving modes, you basically have 4 different driving modes here. It's all selected by this button right here. Your Eco Pro mode is your most fuel efficient setting. That's if you want to save a little fuel. And then coming to comfort mode, that's for everyday use. And then the sport mode, it changes the throttle response as well as tightens up the steering and changes the suspension, makes it a little bit more firmer. And then basically it's all for the sport plus mode, it's all that except for it has traction control off. And those are your 4 different driver selectable modes. It also show up here on the Idrive system too. Now as far as driving the 4 Series goes, the best part about driving the convertible version is probably the ride, to be honest. The ride is very smooth, very compliant, soaks up road bumps. It's also very hushed and quiet inside of this cabin too, of course when the top is up. And the handling is okay, however it's not what I expected out of BMW. I expected it to handle a lot better, be more precise and sharp around corners, but this is a convertible and coupes tend to handle better than convertibles. Now as far as power from the turbocharged 4-cylinder goes, the Powertrain does deliver. When it comes to acceleration, it delivers enough passing power for your daily commute. However, if you want more power, I would certainly step up to that optional 6-cylinder Powertrain. But the fuel efficiency is really good, with it being 23 in the city and 34 on the highway. Cannot complain about that. I think the fuel efficiency and the ride quality of the 4 Series convertible are its main attributes when driving this vehicle. It's not really the power it has or the handling either, but that's just for the 428i model. When it comes to power, it's not the best vehicle when it comes to power. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut down the 4 Series convertible. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Remote trunk release. Now, since we do have a convertible, of course, there's not that much room back here. But this is not a utility vehicle. So, I mean, what can you really expect out of a convertible for its trunk space? Now, to get into the back seat, it's pretty easy to do. Just pull this up and then push this forward. Then you just hop right in. Very nice. Now, build quality and materials do follow through. Back here in the rear, still nice and soft touch on the armrest, mid door panel, and upper door panel. Build quality is also excellent back here. We have dual map pockets back here, rear air vents, and dual cup holders. Then a little storage cubby right there too. And a 12-volt power outlet. The room back here isn't too bad, but the headroom is excellent. Powered passenger seat with power recline and power lumbar too. You have your glove box compartment that's nice and damp and lined with felt. Very high quality. Alrighty. Now, so with its smooth and comfortable ride, powerful yet very fuel efficient engines, as well as a very upscale and high quality interior with many straightforward controls, the 2016 BMW 4 Series convertible is a pretty good choice for an entry-level luxury convertible. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.